We have a pre-sale for a Bitcoin Layer 2 coming, which could be pretty interesting. These Bitcoin Layer 2s have really been quite successful over the past several years. And so this could be an interesting opportunity to take a little bit closer look at another one that is coming and is currently in pre-sale. So let's go on ahead and we'll take a look at it. This one is actually called Bitcoin Hyper. You can see here it's the first Bitcoin Layer 2 chain. Scalability and speed for Bitcoin are finally here. Now, of course, you can see 565% staking rewards, a lot of staking rewards. Now, of course, there are other Bitcoin Layer 2 chains out there right now, but this is, I guess, one of the first that's actually come around. So you can see here the Bitcoin Hyper presale. You can buy Bitcoin, or buy the Hyper token before it powers the fastest layer in Bitcoin history. Bitcoin Hyper finally unlocks fast and cheap Bitcoin transactions. This unleashes the true power of Bitcoin, payments, meme coins, dApps. 2025 will be remembered as the year Bitcoin Hyper changed everything. So essentially that's kind of what they're looking for. You can see here, scalability, speed, memes. Obviously they have, looks like Pepe in a flash suit here. So if you are interested, you can see they actually have already raised $1.3 million. There is the next kind of tier at which this goes up at 1.5 million. For those of you who are not familiar with these types of pre-sales, essentially this will continue to go until time expires, but the price will continue to raise both on certain funding thresholds as well as certain time thresholds as well. So the earlier, it's essentially a mechanism to get the people who are wanting to get in early a little bit more of an advantage, and then those who get in later, of course, still do get at a pre-sale price. So can oftentimes be lower than the market, although that is not a guarantee. Pre-sales can be risky. At pre-sale, you're buying it at a predetermined price. When it goes and gets listed on the market, it just is what it is, and the market determines the price at that point. The other thing you can see here as well is they dedicate a decent chunk to staking rewards, currently 565%. Now, of course, this is something where the more people that stake, I guess like the lower the number goes, because of course it's supply and demand. They usually have a fixed amount of supply that is emitted from these, and then from there you can kind of, if you're only the only person in there, then you collect 100% of the supply that's emitted. If you're one of 10,000 people and everybody's equally staked, then you would get 1/10,000th of the supply emitted. So we can go here to the tokenomics and see exactly that. 25% going to the treasury, 20% going to marketing, 15% going to rewards, 10% listings, and then 30% to development. So essentially this is to fund the actual development of the chain. Here you can see on the treasury is designated token allocation for business development and community activations. We've got 20% of marketing, viral marketing, paid and organic media, tier 1 geos. Hyper is a global crypto phenomenon. And then rewards here, community rewards allocation for staking. Here 15% is being allocated there. And then the token giveaway and promotions and events. And you can see listings here as well, designated token allocation for Bitcoin Hyper token, listings on various exchanges. This is fairly common in a lot of different exchanges with a lot of different tokens, just because the listing fees for certain exchanges can be quite expensive, and they do require a decent bit of a liquidity float there. So this is fairly common, but you can see a pretty decent and a pretty standard kind of tokenomic supply here. And then you can see, we've already got some news talking about it. This is how to buy if you are interested. Pretty simple overall. We do have that link to Best Wallet. Best Wallet is also a partner of the channel. If you are interested, just feel free to click that Best Wallet link in the description below, or you can use kind of some of the more standard ones like MetaMask or Phantom, things like this. And then you can see with crypto in your wallet, you're ready to participate in their pre-sale. And of course you choose how much you want to buy, and then you can pay with card or pay with crypto, whichever you are preferring. So you can also see we do have the white paper here, running a little bit short on time today. Maybe we'll go over the white paper in a future video. If you are interested, of course, like, subscribe, all that type of good stuff. But then we can see here, we got layer 2 framework powering the scalability. So scalability is Bitcoin Hyper. The Lightning Network is speed. Optimism, we use optimistic rollups, or they use optimistic rollups, I guess I should say. And then there's ZK rollups, and then Rootstock, which is for side chains. So essentially what you can do is you deposit Bitcoin to a designated Bitcoin address, and then you essentially bridge it over, and then it goes on to the layer 2 or the like layer 2 itself. And then from there, you can see you've got settlement and security. You use zero knowledge proofs to essentially ensure transactions, all that type of stuff, but while keeping the speed and the scalability. And then you can withdraw back to the Bitcoin layer 1 if you are wanting to move your money off of there. So pretty standard, pretty kind of normal kind of, I guess, interactions or functions for a layer 2. This, if you are familiar with layer 2s either on Solana or Ethereum or whatever, you should be fairly familiar with how this type of stuff works. If you are interested and want to check this out, I do have the link in the description below, as well as to the link with Best Wallet if you are looking for a crypto wallet to buy and store your crypto. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.